Sometimes your opponent turns up with 4,000 points worth of orcs and 2 stompers. And so it's time to break out the Reaver Titan. And welcome back to the channel, Smiling Badger. Say hi, Smiling Badger.
Hi, Smiling Badger.
Right, this was all your idea. Why?
Because I like watching your videos. I'm a big fan of the channel, and I haven't seen the Titans in 6 years.
It's about 6 years. They haven't been on the table for a long time. So you called out the Titans.
I did. I called out the Titans.
So we're going to do this. It might go horribly wrong. I have no idea. Also, you've got a club. Tell everyone about the club and how to find the club.
So, I'm from Aylesbury. It's go to the arse end of London and keep going toward Oxford. Eventually you'll reach it. It's the Aylesbury Underhive. On the back as well.
Aylesbury Underhive. How do people find out about the Aylesbury Underhive?
We're on Facebook. There will obviously be a comment in the links below.
Yes, probably.
A link in the comments below. That's more accurate. Yeah, we operate out of Hayden Hill Community Centre, Mondays and Tuesdays, 6:30 till 10:30.
Right.
We're committee run. I'm currently the chairman. God help them all. Yeah.
And you've got loads of players.
Loads of players. Our most consistent issue as a club, which is when we were operating on Monday night, we were too full. So we had to get a second night. We've got the second night, and sometimes we're a bit too full. So we're now doing every second Sunday of the month, all day at the same hall for games like we're going to do today. Is
it true that you've got more players in your club than there are pensioners in Bognor Regis?
Where?
Let's take a look at these armies. Is this 4,000 on the nose?
4,000 on the nose.
4,000 on the nose. That's hard to get at 4,000 points.
It's not. It was 4,990, and then I had a 10-point enhancement. Smoky Gubbins. He's harder to hit.
Okay. Orcs have War.
We have War once per game.
Yes.
At the start of my command phase.
Yes.
I can yell War at the top of my lungs, and this gives my models a 5-up invuln, advance and charge, +1 strength, and +1 attack.
Does that affect the stompers as well? So 5-up and run, +1 strength, +1 attack, advance and charge.
Yes.
And that's a damage 10 chainsword.
Damage 10. Mega chopper, not a chainsword.
Mega chopper.
Mega chopper.
AP -5, flat 10 damage.
Strength 24, 25 in the War.
And these are 800 points. I love what you've done here. We've got the OG Stomper with the Wizards, and this one here on his little stompy legs. Your conversions are epic. 30 wounds, toughness 14, 2-up save, 6-up and run, 5-up and run when the wire's going.
Yes.
800 points. Did I say that already?
You did. Transport capacity of 22, and in this one specifically,
yes,
we will have my Warlord, Zolop, with his unit of Meganobs, just keeping themselves happy and safe.
Zolop's the one with the wizard's hat on.
Zolop is the one with the wizard's hat on.
Why has he got a wizard's hat on?
Because this is Zolop's unbelievable War,
yes,
and whoever wears the big blue hat thinks therefore they is, and what they is Zolop.
Zolop thinks?
Zolop thinks. He gets close.
Wow, that's good for an orc.
Really good.
Hi Zolop, nice to meet you. So he's going to be going inside that one.
Yep.
And then detachment-wise, it's the one where you press buttons.
Yep, it's Dread Mob.
Right.
So every time something shoots or fights, if it's a mech or walker unit, and spoilers, that's everything here.
Nice.
I roll 1d6. On a 1 or a 2, it's sustained hits. On a 3 to a 4, it's lethal hits. And on a 5 or a 6, it's going to be an extra AP -2, which is not very useful.
No. And then you can pick the button, but who does that? You're an orc. Press the button, see what it does.
Well, you see, if I press the button, there's a higher chance I'm going to explode, which is also quite orky.
Yes.
And especially in this detachment, when you get hazardous from multiple sources, such as if your main gun has hazardous, and then you pick it, you explode, or you take the damage on a 1 or a 2.
So instead of hazardous on a 1, it could be a hazardous 1, 2. If you pick rather than press.
Yes, if you pick, and if you do a couple of other things like the stratagems, you can choose 1 or 2 abilities. If you choose 2, gain hazardous, but also fun.
Fun. Right, we've got 2 Morkanauts, and I know these are Morkanauts because they've got really big guns, because that's a Morkanaut. That's a normal Morkanaut with a really big gun. And a Morkanaut with a really big gun, and I remember him from last time with a really big gun. They've rebuilt him. And then you've got a Gorkanaut.
A Gorkanaut, this one's called Tomato.
Tomato, yeah, I remember Tomato. And you can tell he's a Gorkanaut because he's got all the burret guns. Gorkanaut, all the burret guns.
Yes.
So two Gorkanauts, two Morkanauts, two Stompers. What else have we got?
Well, we've got 3 mechs running around, giving them +1 to hit and an extra D3 wounds at the end of my movement phase.
As soon as you hit on 5s in the shooting phase, having a mech nearby is kind of essential.
Suddenly the strength 14 gun is hitting on 4s.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow. Hitting on 4s for an Orc. Who'd have thunk it? Just because this guy's climbing up his trouser leg.
Because he hits it in the right place. He knocks the gun off and it hits.
They believe, right?
Yeah.
So this will make it shoot better.
Yep.
It's magic WD-40. Right, what else we got?
What else we got? We've got 3 Death Dreads.
3 Death Dreads,
So this one's got 3 claws and a custom Mega Blaster.
Okay.
This one's got 2 claws and 2 scorchers.
Yes.
Not very useful against knights, but it's what he has.
Yes.
This one has 3 claws and a custom Mega Blaster again.
Right.
Nice, simple, easy.
Okay.
You may also notice last time I came with 2 units of 3 kilocans.
Yes.
This time I've got 2 units of 6 kilocans.
6 kilocans.
6 kilocans.
So stunning conversions all round. Big mech in Mega Armor with Mega Knobs means he can heal them and bring them back.
He can heal them once per game, and he
Yes.
can bring them back every command phase. If one's missing, he can make one reappear out of nowhere.
Okay.
4 with claws and custom shooters, 2 with twin kill saws. He himself has got the custom Mega Blaster and the teleporter Mega Blaster, as well as the enhancement Smoky Goblins, so they're -1 to hit.
They're -1 to hit all the time.
They are -1 to hit.
Even when I shoot you with a Titan.
Especially when you shoot me with a Titan.
Okay. Smiling Badger,
Hello.
you'd never Adam and Eve it. This is 4,000 points on the nose as well.
+1 internet point for you.
I know.
Honestly, I'm going to say +2 internet points, because that's a Titan.
I know, that's a 2,200 point model right there.
2,200.
2,200 for 60 wounds, 2 up save, 5 up and run, but only works in shooting because Gellerfields. Well, void shields, they're enhanced Gellerfield technology. So it doesn't work in close combat. So your AP -5 big choppy chainsaw of doom
Mega choppers.
will go straight through its armor if you touch it.
And deal 10 damage a time.
And deal 10 damage a time. But it has got 60 wounds. It's a god machine, so it can fall back, shoot and charge. And it's got Striding Colossus. I may have got those rules the wrong way around, but one is fall back, shoot and charge. The other one is, if I want to spend a CP on it, like a CP reroll or tank shock, it costs 3 times the amount.
3.
So a 1 CP strat costs 3, a 2 CP strat would cost 6.
And there are no
On
3
that.
CP strats, thankfully.
No, it's very expensive. It's also got two really big guns and an Apocalypse missile launcher on top, which range 20 indirect fire.
Range 2.
With a couple of zeros on the end, yes. Indirect fire, anti-infantry, you didn't bring any infantry.
I did. I've got 3 mechs and, 6 mega knobs.
Okay.
I've got 9
You bought
infantry.
9 infantry. And the name of my Titan is Fear the Darkness. And I don't think I broke out Fear the Darkness in 9th edition at all. This is the first time he's been on the channel in ages. Thanks for stepping up to the plate and saying, hey, let's call out a Titan. So here we are. And then I managed to squeeze in some knights. So this is a knight detachment. So knights get to reroll a hit or a wound every time they're called upon to shoot or fight. And they have a 6 up feel no pain. And if I kill your warlord, it becomes a 5 up feel no pain. And then I'll get 3 CP as well, which I might need on a tank shock on a Reaver Titan, for example. Bondsman abilities, they can give out an order to this. Basically, the little Helverin's going to be next to the Crusader because the Crusader can tell the Helverin to shoot better so long as he stays within 12 of them. And these guys have just got guns. The Crusader, sustained hits if he stays still. The Helverin, hitting on 2s if he stays next to the Crusader. No enhancements in this list because 4,000 points on the nose. There is an Errant, there is a Paladin, Errant and a Paladin, yes, I got that right, and a Lancer in the backfield.
I don't like the Lancer.
You see, all my stuff doesn't have an invulnerable save in close combat.
Yes.
So if you touch me in close combat, it hurts. So you kind of need the Lancer because it has an invulnerable save, flat and invulnerable save.
The last time,
Yes.
I threw a Stomper at it.
Yes.
And the Stomper died.
Yes. But that was a series of unfortunate events, though. It had to have some really weird dice rolling for you not to kill this.
No, you just need to have some 4-up invuns.
And I made a bunch of 4-up invulnerable saves, yeah. Yeah. It's big, it's nasty, it's my proper close combat
It's
defense
target number 1.
against you. I've got 6 models. 6 models.
I've got 6 kilocans and extras.
Yes. And we're defending the pass, which is the entranceway to a hive city. Let's talk about the things. For this 4,000 point battle report, between big stompy things and god engines. We're keeping it simple. The Orks are rushing out of the hills through the Valley of Death. And in the distance, there's that pathway there, that pass in the valley at the end, which leads to the Hive City in the distance. And standing against the Orks are 6 models, are the Knights and the Reaver Titan, Fear the Darkness. All the Orks need to do to win is either kill every single thing on the table, and at 4,000 points and with all the big guns and all the stuff, that shouldn't be too hard. But if there happens to be some stuff left alive at the very end of the game, we have put an objective down there, which the Orks or the Knights might control if anyone is left alive. Basically, can Zolop's unbelievable War break through the Knight and Titan lines and pave a pathway for the green tide rushing up behind in their millions? Smiling Badger?
Hello.
I've got no idea how this is going to go. How is it going to go?
I'm going to yell war and hit you.
Okay. I don't know whether going first... I mean, going first in this game is obviously going to be quite strong.
Yes.
I don't want you yelling wah and hitting me.
So, if I go first...
Yes.
You're going to charge me with a Lancer.
Mate, I don't know. You left quite a gap. So I'm not sure it can reach you in turn 1.
No. If I go first, I move forward, it definitely can. Because
Yeah.
I have no control. I'm an Ork.
Yeah, so if you go first, I charge you with a Lancer. And if I go first, I shoot you with everything before charging you with a Lancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, after you, sir. Good luck. I don't know whether you want to go first.
6.
It's a 6. It's an Orky 6. That's a 6. And I've rolled a 5. Of course, the Orks have the initiative. The Knights are standing firm and ready to unleash hell. But first, the Orks will come rushing forward. So here we are after turn 1 movement phase, and the Orks come pouring into the Valley of Death, trying to break through the pass at the other side. And a Wah has not been called. Why no Wah?
Wah? Well, why no wah? Because that's what we're going to make you say. Haha. The survivability of a 5+ invuln would be really nice for all the shooting coming through, but
Yes.
I think I've got that enough with target saturation.
Okay.
There is more than you can kill in a turn.
Yes.
And then turn 2, I want there to have that survivability, the advance and charge, and the extra attacks.
Turn 2
and all the
Wah.
fun things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's a mechs doing that one and that one and that one. The red one and the 2 stompers will be
Yep.
shooting better.
Yep.
So this is the end of the movement phase. Now you can unleash some rockets and things and might actually hit something. Should point out that the Warlord is inside this stomper at the backfield.
Yes.
And we're going to start the shooting phase with the red Morkanaut, which has been pimped by the mech, firing at the Lancer. Smiling Badger really doesn't like the Lancer. Press a button.
The button is sustained.
What are we firing first?
The custom Mega Zapper and
Okay.
the custom Mega Blaster, effectively D6 plus 6 shots, because I'll fire them at the same time for 8.
Okay.
4, 6 is sustained.
Yes, there's a few sustains. Look at that. We go straight
That's
back in again.
8 hits, all wounding on 5.
Yes.
That's 1 wound.
There's a wound, and that's a save, and then some hazardous on that. And you take 6 damage.
No, I don't.
Why?
Because I didn't choose it. It's only got hazardous from one source.
Yes, you're good. You're
Right.
good.
Whilst we're here, let's do the rockets.
Yes.
2d3 shots for 2 shots, hitting on 4, 6 is sustained. That was wonderful.
And then there's a lot of anti-infantry coming in as well. And we fired all the anti-infantry in, and it's a knight, and it bounced. So first shots from the Orks go wide. Now the Stomper's also firing at the Lancer. I don't think we've mentioned it yet, but you really don't like the Lancer.
I really don't like the Lancer.
Button,
Extra AP.
which doesn't help because I've got a shield.
Yeah, it's not very useful.
Firing the Death Cannon, the big gun, 3d6 shots.
3d6 shots. That is going to be 10 shots.
Hits on 4s because the mech pimped it. And strength of this gun is
14.
Okay, 3s to wound. So you're hitting well, wounding not so well. They both get through.
D6 a time.
Is it? 2d6 damage. That's 7 damage.
7, 6 up, feel no pains.
I'll make one of them. Next, firing the super rockets on the shoulder. How many shots?
D6!
For 2.
2 shots.
One of them actually hits, that's good.
Three's the
And
wound.
it doesn't wound.
Nope.
That's it for Stomper number 1. Coming on to Stomper number 2, firing at the same target. Do you not like the Lancer or something?
I don't like the Lancer.
We should mention that at some point. Right, press a button.
Button is sustained.
Okay.
3d6 with the Death Cannon.
Okay.
4, 11. Hitting on 4s, 6s sustained for once. 5 hits, 3s to wound.
Yes.
I get more than 2 this time.
That's good. A 4 up and buns. 1 gets through.
6 damage.
6 damage. It's a critical hit right in the cockpit, and
you take it all.
That's what happens when you get hit in the cockpit. So the Lancer is reeling. It's on 13 wounds remaining.
Rocket coming in from the Stomper, 4 shots.
Yes.
6 is sustained.
Ooh, look at
4
that.
shots, 5 hits.
That's very orc.
3s to wound.
And everything wounds
5
this time.
wounds.
What's the AP of this one?
AP minus.
-3, I need the invuns. Again, and I fail 3 of them. How much damage is it a time?
D6 plus 1.
Is it really?
D6 plus 2,
I think
apologies.
it's time for a command point.
It might be.
It doesn't help me.
3d6 plus 6 is 12, 18, 20.
Really want to see those 6s. No, that's not enough 6s. That is a dead Lancer. From 6 models, I'm down to 5 models, and it doesn't blow up right in my lines. That's a good thing. Losing the Lancer, that's not a good thing. More rockets are going to come flying through the air as the killer cans are targeting the Paladin here. Only 3 of them in range?
Only 3 in range. Let's push a button.
Okay.
That's lethal hit. And now let's use their datasheet ability.
Right.
Shooty power trip. For a 4 is +1 strength, takes them to strength 10, which will do nothing.
How many rockets do you fire out then?
3d3. So that's 6, 7. Hitting on 4s. 6s are lethal. No lethals and only 3 hits. Going to be wounding on 5s. For no wounds.
Okay. Onto the Gorknaut, firing some rockets as well.
Pushing button first for extra AP, doesn't do anything. 2d3, 4 shots, hitting on 5s, 1 hit, doesn't wound.
Then we fired the big Burk gun in and all the other anti-infantry shots, which needed 6 to wound, and you put a wound on the Paladin.
I did 1 wound.
A little tickle there. Now we're coming across the line to the other Morkanaut, the yellow Morkanaut, firing at the Errant.
Yes, so it's going to be d6 plus 3, and I'll throw the other one in at the same time, so
okay.
all of the custom mega. So that's going to be 11 shots.
Nice. Are you pressing buttons?
I forgot to push the button. Press the button.
Press the button.
Sustained.
Okay.
This one hasn't been pimped up by a mech this turn, so it's just going to be hitting on 5s. But those are sustained.
Pretty good shooting for an orc.
I'm just going to take 2 misses. 1 miss out.
Right.
9, so it's wounding on 5s.
Okay. 5 wounds come through. These guns are nasty. I need invulnerable saves. I make only 2, so 3 get through.
D6 a time.
Yeah.
3d6.
And that is some.
9.
Some feel no pains. I make 5. I get a Yahtzee of 6s. It's got rockets as well, and it's got 4 shots with the rockets, which will hit on 5s, and there's a sustained. And strength of a rocket?
Strength 9.
Okay. Then we fired the anti-infantry weaponry in as well. No further wounds caused on the Errant, and all the remaining guns from the Orc Dread Mob are out of range or line of sight. So at the end of turn, gone.
I'm realising I may have made a fatal mistake.
Not shooting a Reaver?
I forgot there was a Reaver there.
Yes.
I don't think I'll forget in a minute.
No, we'll see what it can do as we go into Knights. Turn 1. At the end of the movement phase, the Crusaders moving to the right, Paladin moving to the left, Bondsman orders given out, and the Princeps of Fear the Darkness has ordered the Errant straight up the battle grid. So let's start with the Errant, firing everything at this big red one right in front. Let's fire the thermal cannon. It's got 2d3 shots. It's got 5 shots. Because it's the closest eligible target, I'm hitting on 2s. And it's strength 12. And a Morkanaut is 12, I think. I
also believe 12.
I think this wound's on 4s. And you can re-roll a hit or wound every single time. There are 3 wounds at AP -4.
Let's go for a 5-up invuln.
Okay. And you make 1.
Look, a 5-up invuln.
Now, do you want to command point one of them? Because in melter range, this is d6 plus 6 per shot. So this is 2d6 plus 12 damage.
I can't save all the engines.
Yes.
What I can do is save the CP for the Stompers.
Okay. That sounds like tactics. I like it. What's your favourite Tic Tac? Mine's the orange one.
Oh, Cherry.
Cherry?
Hands down.
Cherry Tic Tacs.
Cherry Tic Tacs.
Dude, I haven't had them for time, man. That's taking me right back.
It's like eating a crunchy squid.
I know. And the green ones, they just taste like toothpaste. Not crunchy.
I don't eat the green ones.
Yeah. A squig. A cherry squig. You getting what?
I don't eat the green ones.
The squig thing, though.
Squig, yeah, cherry squig. You can have Tic Tac squigs.
Do they come in cherry flavour?
Probably. I mean, why else are they red?
That's true. Adding 12 to this, that's a lot of damage. That's 21 damage we've got there in the end. That kills the thing.
Yep. Does it explode?
No. It just gets cut in half by the thermal cannon. After the errant, we're firing the Helverin in, and we're going to stitch murder amongst these killer cans. It's a 3 damage weapon, so Smiling Get Badgers popping a strat called Extra Damage to reduce all damage by 1.
Extra gubbins.
Extra gubbins, that's the thing. Hits on 2s because the thing told it to shoot better. Wounding on 3s. That many 4-up saves.
5 4-up saves.
I kill what? Well, it's 4 damage. How many wounds do they have each?
5.
Damn it. So the Crusader then, I'm going to put the rapid fire battle cannon and the missile launcher into them. They're going to get cover from this. But the bullet gun is going to go into that Death Dread there. Let's spread the love. So, rapid fire battle cannon is 2d6 shots in rapid fire range. Adding 6 to this, and another one for blast. We're hitting on 3s. Let's do a reroll. Strength 10 versus toughness 6. 3s to wound. 5 3-up saves. You're getting cover from that big rock pile.
Sweet. I failed one of them, which will kill the 1-on-1 wound. Additionally, he didn't forget he had sustained hits. He moved the Baron a little bit.
Yes.
Crusader.
Yes.
A little bit. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he stays still. Gets sustained, but I had to move him. Here's the Storm Spear Rocket Pod, which hits twice. It is strength 8, 3s to wound. That's -2 becomes -1 because of all the cover in the way. And
that's a fail.
And that is 3 damage, which becomes 2 damage. And then we're firing 18 shots from the Avenger Gatling Cannon into that Death Dread. And these are strength 6. That's the Death Dread. Gonna need 5s. There's 1 that gets through. No cover. You need a 4.
AP2, is it?
Yes. And you make the save. Fired some stubbers as well. They've bounced. We're coming across to the Paladin. I haven't forgotten the Reaver Titan. We'll get to the Reaver Titan.
Forgotten what?
We're at nothing. The Paladin is shooting at that Death Dread because that one's getting cover. This one isn't getting cover. We're adding 6 to this for number of shots with rapid fire battle cannon. 3s to hit with a reroll. 3s to wound with a reroll.
6 3-up saves. Failed 2 of them.
And that's 6 damage. So that Death Dread's on 2 wounds remaining. The Stubbers bounce. One of the killer cans is on 3 remaining. And now we're on to Fear the Darkness. We've got 2 laser blasters and the Apocalypse missile launcher. The laser blasters are 8 shots each. It would be rude to put both of them into one stomper. So let's do that. So we're hitting on 3s. It would have blast, but it's a single target. No rerolls from the Titan. It's strength 20. Your toughness 14. 3s to wound. AP -3, shooting right over the top of that thing.
5 ups.
Yeah. It's D6 plus 2 damage. Is now the time for a command point? Now is the time.
I don't think there's much difference between 4 sets of this and 5 sets of this.
No command point. D6 plus 2 damage. So we're adding 10 to this. 30 wounds to get through. Math says you survive. You survive. The Titan does only 20 damage. The Stomper's still got 10 wounds remaining.
Woohoo!
And then the Apocalypse missile launcher was picking on the weakened Dreadnought down here. So 3d6 shots. And it hits on 3s. And it's an anti-infantry gun, anti-elite gun. It's winning on 5s at strength 7. And you need 3-up saves. And it's 2 damage a time, and the Death Dread was on 2 wounds.
I'm not spending a CP on a Death Dread.
Well, you can. You haven't spent any CP yet, and that is the end of my turn.
I've spent 1 CP, and what's the difference is got 1 Death Dread going to make? I want stratagems to hurt the Reaver next turn.
Okay. So, dead Death Dread. Dude, I just measured. It's an 11-inch charge. Errant into mech.
Good luck.
We're going to charge a mech.
No, you're not.
That's a fair
You
charge.
want to CP it?
No.
You got 2 CP?
No, I spent 1 already. So that's the end of the forces of the Imperium's turn 1. You took down one of my big stompy things. I took down one of your big stompy things and injured one of your big stompy things down to 10 wounds remaining. Does that mean it's nerfed now? It's got minuses to hit.
Yes, 10 or less below, it's -1 to hit, and it's got less OC.
Yeah.
It's still moving and charging at the same speed, however.
So it's going to be hitting on 6s with its guns unless it gets healed up by him.
Or the mech behind him.
And then he'll be hitting on... Mind you just need to heal it once.
Yeah.
So you're going to be okay. You're still going to be hitting on good stuff. And in turn 2, are you declaring a war? What is it good for? Absolutely crumping.
Wah!
With the noise of the war echoing through the canyon walls, the Orks are suddenly very close to the Imperial lines. Everything advancing here, except for the yellow Gorkanaut and the Stomper on this flank. And so nothing shooting apart from them. And this Stomper here, because you spent a CP on advance and shoot.
Yes, I did.
So we've got 3 of the things that can fire guns before they come wading into the night lines. So we're starting over here. You're picking on the little one.
I'm picking on the little one.
Okay.
Well, that's what Tal normally do, and
Okay.
Suit remembers.
Yeah.
So pushing a button,
Yes.
extra AP, doesn't do much.
Right.
What's the toughness?
It's 10?
10, okay, cool. So I need to do these individually. D6 plus 3 shots,
Yes.
6 shots.
Yes.
Hitting on 4s, even though it wasn't buffed, because it's the war, and that's what Gorkanauts do.
Okay.
Morkanauts even.
Morkanauts.
Cool. So that's 4 hits.
Yes.
Wounding on 4s. That'll be 2 wounds.
2 5s coming up. There's a 5.
D6.
That is
One.
1 damage. Command point.
No.
Feel no pain. I feel the pain.
Same again, but wounding on 5s.
Okay.
No hits, and let's do the 2 hazardous checks. He takes 3 mortal wounds for that.
Right.
Rockets, same target.
3 shots with the rockets.
1 hit. 5 to wound, no wounds.
And then we'll do all the little guns off camera. Right, we're on to the Stompers. This one's been healed back up to 12 wounds, so it isn't nerfed. And then they're both hitting on 4s.
Both hitting on 4s because both buffed.
And you're going to keep firing the guns into the little knight.
Absolutely not.
Right.
You see, last time I forgot there was a big thing.
Yes.
The war has got some clarity to their orky brains. The grey matter's really going.
Okay.
And they're going to rip it a new one.
So the Death Cannon and Super Rockets are going into the Reaver.
Yep.
And the Super Catlan is coming into the Paladin over here.
Yep.
Because of range things.
Just to be able to roll them all at the same time, because
Okay.
otherwise I'd have to push buttons and do it individually.
Okay.
They're both picking sustained, which
Okay.
will give them hazardous.
Nice. So we're starting off with 40 shots from both of the guns into the Paladin with sustained. You're picking the buttons. This is hazardous all round. 4s to hit. 6s go boom. If you got all the dice yet.
I have all the dice now.
Okay.
Not that
Drop
one.
dice don't count. Drop dice don't.
You started filming too early.
Just roll the dice. Let them go. Free them. Free them, my child. Not many 6s.
No.
Right. 5s to win.
5s to wound.
If you -1, but I've got cover from both targets, so I need 3s, and it's 2 damage a time, so that's 4 damage gets through, feeling of the pains, and I make all
That is
the
some
6s.
good Winter's Head.
That Paladin has made 9 6s so far.
Death Cannon's going to fire from both of them, so that's 66 total. 4 many.
This is 30 shots. Each of these does d6 damage if they get through.
And it's sustained.
Yeah.
4s.
And there's a few sustained. Right, strength 14 versus toughness 14.
4s.
Yes. Gonna need a chunk of 5-up saves. And I don't make a chunk of 5-up saves. Gonna need command point, one of them.
That will cost you 2 CP.
Oh yeah, 1 minute. I can't CP it because I've only got 1 CP set over there. And it costs 3 times the amount for a thing. So yeah, I didn't, yeah. So 6d6.
66.
Get 3. 6d6.
Let's spend a cheeky CP.
Yes, that doesn't cost you 6, does it? And you turn that 1 into a 6.
10.
It's got 37 wins left.
6 rockets.
Yes.
4, 10. 4, 6s are sustained.
Strength 12, 5s to wound. There's a wound.
1, AP 3.
Okay. That's a save.
Yay! So on the Bastion Stomper,
Hazardous
no
checks,
hazardous.
yep.
On the Hat Stomper, no hazardous.
Okay, they pressed the right button this time.
Yeah, they boss it.
Good to thunk it. So, ripping through the darkness, down to 37 wounds remaining. That's it for the shooting phase for the Orks. But we've got charges coming up. And the Morkanaut and the Stomper couldn't fail their charges into the Errant. Around this side, we've got a Gorkanaut, the blue one, needs a 9 to hit the Paladin, and that's a 9. Should have measured it beforehand. You needed a 10.
Yeah.
Are you going to CP reroll that or no?
I spent my CP.
Okay, and then we'll measure that. The Killicans, they need an 8. Killicans, 8 for them.
Yes.
And the Death Dread around there is going to try and run around the Stomper's feet, just to try and get a bit of extra movement, and that works as well. So after the charge phase, it looks like this. 3 of the cans get to fight. Button pushing time is better AP, which will work in close combat.
That will. So any 6s to wound are going straight through.
Yeah.
Trouble is hitting. They are grots in dustbins. So 4s, woo!
That's pretty good for a grot.
And 5s to wound, because strength 9, but 6s are going straight through.
No.
You mentioned them and they don't happen. That's 2 at AP 2.
5s. How much damage?
Take 3, or roll
Feel no
another
pains.
3 6s.
This is the guy that rolls all the 6s.
Not today.
Not today. This Paladin has only taken 4 damage so far. But how much damage will the Errant take as he gets smacked by a Stomper?
Mega Chopper on strike profile, but first let's push a button for lethal hits. I don't think
You don't
it
need
needs
it.
it at strength 25.
You don't need it. No.
But these are hitting on 2s because it's no longer bracketed and it got buffed by a mech.
Okay.
So I
There's
still
3
missed
ones.
3 times. That's 2 lethals.
Okay.
And then these are... What's your toughness?
12?
12.
Yeah, strength 24, toughness 12. They all wound.
They all wound.
AP minus 5.
AP minus 5. What'd you save?
2.
Okay, still goes through.
Yeah. How much damage?
10.
So that's 40 damage.
40 damage.
That's you one-shot the Errant and it doesn't blow up. It just gets cut straight down the middle. So that's 2 of the knights down. Now we're on to the Knight Paladin with the Reaper Chainsword in strike mode. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s and re-rolling one of those hits. 3 of them hit. We are strength 14, your Dusty Bin. We're wounding on 2s. And we can re-roll that one as well. And that's only 2 wounds come through at AP minus 3. If you roll a 6, AP minus 4. AP minus 4, 6 damage.
5 up for the one.
Oh yeah. Damn it. One of the Killer Can lives.
One of the killer cans live.
And then you pile in.
Yep.
And that is the end of Orcs turn 2 and they're coming right for us. Now I need the Reaver Titan to do some serious work in Knights. Turn 2. And here we are after the movement phase. I moved one thing. I moved the Helverin to block the pass round this side, leaving a gap in the middle which the Stompers can't get through, but maybe that Death Dread can. And the reason for moving the Helverin forward after he was buffed by the Crusader is because now I can shoot your mech.
Yes.
Because we don't want the mech healing up all the things all the time.
If only I had another one spare back here.
And there's another one behind. Brilliant. So we're going to shoot the melter gun into mech and the 8 shots with the auto cannons into... We put it into this thing. Put it into the thing right in front. Into the Gorkanaut. Here's the melter though, which I'm going to re-roll. And it hits your mech. And I'm going to re-roll that. And it wounds your mech. 5 invulnerable save because of WoW. No invulnerable save. Let's melt him in half. For 1, let's spend a CP. For 6, we melt him in half. Who the what now?
That was 3 1s into 6s with your rerolls.
Was it?
Well,
was
I believe
that
so.
Incredibly unlucky or incredibly lucky? I'm not sure.
It depends. Was it blue?
Yes. It is
lucky.
blue. Here's all the shots into the Gorkanaut. We're hitting it on 3s. We're going to need 5s to wound it though. And we don't wound it. So we're coming on to the Crusader who stayed still this time. He's got sustained. So the Avenger Gatling Cannon is going to go into the Death Dread because if I fire it at anything else there, I'm going to wound on 6s. At least I wound the Death Dread on 5s. And then the other guns from the Crusader are going into the Morkanaut, the big yellow thing right in front of me. So let's start off with a Rapid Fire Battle Cannon. I'm adding 6 to this number of shots. And we're hitting on 3s. Let's do the rerolls now before I forget.
And sustained.
And sustained. There's 2 more in there. Thank you for reminding me. 5s to wound. That's a lot of wounds. 5, 4 up saves. And that each of them is 3 damage. So what's that? That's 12 damage against 3. Morkanaut took hits earlier as well. It's on 5 wounds remaining. Or it got hot or something or other. Here's the Storm Spear Rocket Pod, which hits twice. This needs 5s. Wounds twice. -2 on that one.
-2. 5s. Pass one, fail one.
D6 damage.
D6. You have a 1 in 3 chance.
Okay. It's not dead. It's on 2 wounds remaining. And then if I was stubborn and did something this time, it's on the 1 wound remaining, which is slightly annoying. Right, Avenger Gatling Cannon time. Down into Death Dread. I need 3s with sustained and 5s. And there is cover, so these are 3-up saves. And each of them is 2 damage. It's half dead. So I'm thinking about sending the Helverin in there for a tank shock. I imagine that yellow thing is stumbling, it's leaking oil, sparks are flying, and the Helverin could go in and sweep its legs out and topple it over. Which means the Paladin over here could fire at something else. There's nothing really... what do I fire at? I mean, there's a big thing right in front. Let's shoot the big thing right in front. Adding 6 to the number of shots. But it's forced to hit because I'm fighting out of combat. And killer cans are climbing all over me, and that was a good range of firepower, and I can re-roll a thing. Look at that. That was good. Strength 10.
Toughness 12.
5s to wound. With a re-roll, I keep rolling 6s. Or 1s. Yes. We do 6 damage. So the Gorkanaut is on 14 wounds remaining, and now we're on to Fear the Darkness. I'll put the Apocalypse Missile Launcher into the Gorkanaut. And then this thing that you rudely healed up and put back to 12 wounds, I'm going to split fire.
Always works.
We're going to put one... no, I have to put all the guns.
Do you?
I have to put all the guns into it.
You can if you want to.
On a 1, 2, 3, I'll split fire and thing. Okay, no.
Zinch says don't, and you never listen to Zinch.
So I'm splitting fire. Let's start off with the Apocalypse Missile Launcher, which will hit the Gork on 3s. And wound it on 5s, and that is 4 wounds, but you get 3-up saves. There's a big rock pile in the way, and you make all the saves. And now we're splitting fire into both of the Stompers. We're going to put 8 shots into this one, into the Bunker Stomper first with your Warlord. Okay?
Sure.
We hit it on 3s. And wound it on 3s. 4 wounds. 5 up and bums because of WoW. You don't make any of them.
I'm looking at my CP.
You got 1 CP sat there.
But I've got another one on 12 wounds.
12 wounds, yeah.
There's not a better time to use CP
it's
than now.
Warlord Stomper.
And it works.
It works. So this is 3d6 plus 6 for
3d6
this.
plus 6.
For damage. Your Warlord's Ride takes 15 damage. It's half dead. And if I could do the same amount of damage into Stomper number 2, I'll kill it. And I really need to kill it. So let's hit it. 3s. And 3s. 3 wounds.
5s. Gork, Mork, hear my prayer. 1s. 2d6 plus 4.
Yes.
There is a world in which I live.
8 wounds to get through. Remember, CP reroll cost me 3.
And you've only got 1.
Yes. That world in which you lived, 7 plus 4? It's on a wound. That's the end of my shooting phase. I could tank shock, but yep. The thing is, I've got 1 CP, so I can't CP reroll the charge and tank shock. So I have to go into the yellow one, because I don't think you can make the charge into Fear the Darkness. No. And you will be hit. I have to. We're in charge of the yellow one. However, in charge of the yellow. Oh, it's a failed charge. I don't want to talk about it. Let's move on to the no. Killer Cans versus Paladin.
Lethal.
Lethal on the button.
4, 6 is lethal. Ooh.
5 lethal, 1 hit, and the hit wounds as well.
3
and that
fives.
That one is a thing.
No, it isn't.
Isn't?
No.
Because it was the lethals, yes.
Yeah.
Right. I was right here, and I saw it.
You were in the room.
5s. How much damage?
3 at a time.
Time to roll a lot of 6s on the Feel No Pain. 4 6s. This Paladin won't die. The Paladin still has 10 wounds remaining and strikes back out at the mechy things. And we're going to reroll that one. And we're going to wound them strength really high. 2s to wound. There's 2 1s again. I'm rolling 6s or 1s all the time. They're all 5 up and vulnerable saves because of WoW.
Make
and I kill one more. One a turn. Imperial Knight versus Killer Cans. So that's the end of turn 2. The Orcs are getting closer and closer to the pass. And the Reaver Titan's taking hits. Its void shields are flickering. As we go into Orcs turn 3. And the Orcs continue to surge forward. And we're going to be overwatching with a Helverin. Because Titanic units cannot overwatch. And we're gonna take down this thing on 1 wound.
Definitely.
Before it comes flying in there. And there's the Gorkanaut. There's the Morka. And over this side... Your Stomper, your Warlord, ordered the Killer Cans back.
Yep.
Out of combat with the Paladin.
Get out the way, you grunty gits.
Yes, to make room for the big one. But let's Overwatch over here. That Stomper's on a wound.
That Stomper's on 1 wound.
This is going to work.
It will definitely work.
I'll start off with the Melter. On the side, hear my prayer. Here's the Melter.
No.
That misses. Right. Here's all the auto cannons. 6s. And reroll. A reroll. 2 hits. I need 5s. Rerollable. AP -1.
1 free up to live.
Yes. It's alive. We tried. So the shots just spank off the Stomper's hull, and then at the end of the phase, it's back up to 3 wounds, been healed, and this one's back up to 16 wounds. It's been healed and pimped a little bit, and then you've got to shoot some guns again.
Yeah.
Smiling Badger, what are you shooting first?
The Stomper with the snazzy hat is going to shoot everything it can at the Crusader. I'm not pushing the button, and I'm not doing anything that would give me hazardous because it's on 3 wounds remaining.
Not shooting the Reaver Titan?
I'm not shooting the Reaver Titan with that one.
Okay.
Right.
Alright then.
Push the button. Sustained. 3d6 Death Cannon into the Crusader.
Okay.
4, 9.
5's to hit though.
6s are sustained.
Yeah. And there's a sustain, so that is 4 hits in total.
Yes, it is. Strength 14.
And that is 3 wounds.
AD3.
5 up iron shields. I make 2 of them.
2d6.
That is 6 damage.
Cool. Let's move on to the rockets.
Feel no pains.
Ooh.
Yeah, the rockets have that many shots. I take 5 wounds.
5 wounds. Rockets.
Yes.
That's 6 dice.
Yes.
There we go.
There's
1 sustained.
Sustained.
Only going to be 5 to wound, and that's both
Doesn't
fair.
wound. Right.
Cool.
Okay. Now 20 shots with the Super Gatler. 5s, 6s are 1,
Sustained.
6. There.
4 hits.
Okay, right.
5 to wound.
Yes.
2 wounds, AP 1, damage 2.
I'm okay.
Hey.
Then the anti-infantry weaponry rattled off the ceramite like steel rain. The Crusaders taken 5 wounds. What next, Smiling Badger?
I'm going to use the Morkanaut.
On 1 wound, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Which, its weapons are hazardous anyway.
Yes.
So it would be rude if I didn't pick the button.
Yes.
So let's see if I can just make that sustain so that it's hitting on 6s normally.
Right.
Every 6 will be 2 hits. Everything into the Crusader.
Everything into the Crusader.
Everything.
And you're picking it, so on 1s and 2s it's going to be hazardous.
Yes.
So you might blow yourself up.
Yes.
How very orky, love it.
Yes.
Okay, let's fire away.
D6 plus 6 effectively.
Yes.
For firing both of those guns at the same time.
Okay, and you're hitting on 6s.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it's on 1 wound.
Hey, rockets. 2. No. Yes!
1 is sustained.
I do a wound.
You did a wound, and I make the... Don't make the save. I don't make the save, that's 3 damage. And I take 3 damage.
At least I do something.
Yes.
So these are going to be on 1s and 2s. Cool, it's dead. Does it explode?
Yes.
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 The damage of
It does.
when it go pop.
1 minute. Is that D6 damage?
It's a D6 damage.
Well, we have to hurt each other here. Because, 1 minute. Because your Stomper's on 3 remaining. Crusader's in range, Helverin's in range. Crusader is 3. 3 feel no pains. It takes 2 wounds. The Helverin, 5. It takes all 5 wounds.
Ooh.
And then I'll roll to hurt your Stomper. And on a 3 up, kill the Stomper.
On a 3 up. So
Yeah.
roll a 2.
Well, so basically this thing tried to fire in and kill a Crusader.
Yes.
And it didn't kill a Crusader, and it might kill 2 of your modelers instead.
In theory, if the Stomper explodes, it might kill more.
It might kill more. Yeah, this is the most orky thing. There's a lot of Warhammer happening right now. I like it. A 3 up. It's a 4. There's a dead Stomper. And that one doesn't blow up as well. It's not a chain reaction, which would be even more hilarious.
Suddenly there's not much on the left flank for the Orks.
There's suddenly a stomper-shaped gap.
Yeah.
Around here.
Mm.
Yeah. Around this side is a bit more congested though. So what are we doing around here?
Everything from the Stomper into the Reaver Titan.
Into the Reaver Titan.
Into the Reaver Titan.
And then charge the Paladin with it.
And then charge the Paladin with it.
I like it.
Button is the better AP, which doesn't matter. So 3d6 for the Death Cannon, which I will never not enjoy saying.
Okay.
Hitting on 4s because it's not injured enough to be bracketed and got buffed.
Okay.
Strength 14, toughness
14.
Force to wound, 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
AP -3.
Invulnerable saves. How much damage?
3 a time, d6 a time.
3d6 damage.
3d6.
That is many.
9.
Fear the Darkness is reeling. It's halfway there. 28 wounds to go. What are we firing next?
D6 rockets.
Okay.
1 rocket.
Okay.
Is that worth a 6? No, it isn't.
It isn't.
4. Yeah, it hits.
It hits.
5's to wound. Doesn't wound.
Okay. And you didn't make it.
No hazardous.
You're good.
I can put the Gatler in, but it might be worth doing that off camera.
3 wounds. Got through with the Gatler in the end.
3 wounds.
Yeah. I need 4s. And that is another 4 damage.
Yes, it is.
Shots continue to rain into the Titan. It's on 24 wounds remaining. Right, and then we advanced here, advanced there. You've got the blue one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's on 10 wounds.
Yeah.
There is a chance I kill it if I shoot it, and I'd rather charge it with a Stomper, because then next turn, the Stomper's going there.
Right. So you're not going to shoot it?
I don't think I'm going to shoot it.
That's a long charge. It's like a 9 or 10.
Yeah, I've got a CP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, charge it then. Let's see, that's in the Orc shooting phase, and that's a failed charge.
Let's do the CP.
Yep.
Switch
dice, reload the dice.
Reload dice, they're green now.
Yeah.
And green doesn't help.
No. Yeah, that's our failed charges.
There's one more charge.
Yes.
You may have noticed the brave little Death Dread.
Right.
Charging straight up the gut.
Yes.
We'll see what this needs. That
6?
won't be enough.
No. So that is the end of Orcs turn 3. Now, each turn, you managed to take out a knight.
Except this one.
Except for this turn, instead you took out 2 of your own.
Yes.
So I appreciate that. Thanks for the help.
You're very well. I thought you needed it.
I think I needed it too.
Yep.
As we go on to the turn 3 for me. Turn 3. Panic. So this time I moved 2 models, and considering I've got 4, that's half of my army. I moved the Helverin forward because there's another mech there that must die. I pulled Fear the Darkness back a little bit, right to the edge of the battle grid, standing in the pass.
Coward.
No, you shall not pass. He's tactically repositioning, doing his Gandalf thing.
If the table went to the window, he'd be jumping out now.
He would not be jumping off. No, he's going to stand there. This is going to be fine. And do I charge a Stomper with a Paladin? Is that a good idea? Or do I just shoot the Paladin? Do I just... Right, we'll start here. We're putting the Melter into the Dude and all the guns into Killer Cans.
Excellent.
Melter into Dude on a 2. And wounds on a... Not that, but I can re-roll.
No.
Toughness
9. 5.
It
Strength 9.
Doesn't wound him.
No.
So he's going to live.
He shrugs it.
He shrugs it. He takes a Melter Blast to the face and he's like, yep, I had one of them for breakfast.
He's got a tan.
Auto cannons into Killer Cans. 3s to hit, and then 3s to wound, and they're all -1/3 damage.
4 ups.
Yes.
That
6 damage?
is 1 dead.
Okay.
Which doesn't blow up.
I know. I mean, we had no explosions for ages. Then we had a really big explosion, and now we're back to no explosions again. We are on to this thing. Right. Crusader, getting down and having a look. Can't see the blue one over there. So what we're going to do is, that Death Dread's on 4 wounds remaining, right?
Yep.
So we're going to put the Burk gun into it.
Won't kill it.
Hopefully it'll kill it. The rapid fire battle cannon's coming into Killer Cans, and 3 missiles are coming into this guy because he hasn't got loan up right now.
And some stubbers.
And some stubbers. So let's put 3 rockets into the mech. Don't want you healing any of the things. We hit you 3 times. It is strength 9. We wound you twice. It's -2.
-2.
Stood in the open.
At best, he's got a 6 up here.
Now we need to check some rules. What did we learn?
He's got a 5 up base.
Yeah. Okay. So he takes 4 damage.
He's dead.
He's only got 4 wounds.
He's only got 4 wounds. He's a mech.
Okay. That worked. And then 2d6 plus 6 shots, rapid fire battle cannon into those killer cats. And we're hitting on that. I'm keeping all the rerolls for that Death Dread because he's danger close to
also have sustained.
The darkness. I did stand still. Thanks for reminding me. I'm glad you're here. You should come every week because the number of rules I forget is
when you watch Winter's battle reports.
Yes.
And you go through and you want to leave a comment, you say, "I'm so sorry you forgot that. It would have changed things." It's very nice being able to point it out to her.
Yeah, thanks. No, you can. Yeah, please come back, and that would help. Me. Yeah, no problem. Strength 10? That's quite a lot of wounds.
That's quite a lot of wounds.
See, the thing is, I'm trying to film and also talk and breathe at the same time and play a game. And my brain is not capable of doing all these things. I'm amazed people watch. It's just, there's penguins on the internet, kittens falling downstairs, and people choose to watch this. I appreciate everyone who does choose to watch, and people who come down and play me. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, 4 up saves.
On killer cans.
Yeah, 3 damage a time.
That is a couple 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half.
So this unit, killer cans, half dead.
Yep.
Now we're into 18 shots, into Death Dread. Kept hold of all the rerolls because you're in cover and things. That one's sustained. Let's do a reroll. Gonna need 5s with a reroll, and it's -2, but cover, so -1. And Death Dreads have a 2-up save.
7. Noble's number.
7.
But he's not on the battlefield, and he does kill the Death Dread.
Do
I spend a CP?
You've got 1 over there.
Nothing else is going into him, and then it would be really funny.
Yeah.
Be really funny.
Yeah.
He's alive.
On 2 wounds. So, Paladin time. We're in a target-rich environment there. But I feel like we've got beef with those killer cans. Shoot killer cans, clear the way. Then I could potentially charge the blue one. Fear the darkness, shoots, kill, stomper. That sounds like a plan. Let's shoot killer cans. We have 11 shots, which hit on 3s. And the reroll didn't help me. And we wound the reroll. And those are all 4-up saves into the killer cans. Die killer cans, die killer cans. 6 4-up saves. I kill 1. Again, Stubbor's doing no work. Explosions not blowing up all over the place. We're on to Fear the Darkness. Do I really want to charge that thing? I think it would be good to charge. It'd be hilarious. I haven't cleared the killer cans away, so I'm gonna charge that thing, which leaves Fear the Darkness to free to shoot at other stuff. You've hidden Tomato perfectly. I can't see him.
Yeah, I like Tomato.
We are gonna. We have to shoot him. Look, the missiles are coming down into that thing right there.
Oh.
He needs to die. We're going to put 1 big gun there, 1 big gun there. There's 2 big things left. So, but we'll start off with the Apocalypse missile launcher coming into Killer Can right in front of me. Killer Can, Death Dread. And we have 11 shots into the Death Dread on 3s and 5s. 1 3-up save to keep that Death Dread alive.
1 3-up.
We've been here before.
Wouldn't it be funny?
It's still alive. Okay. So 8 shots with the laser blaster into the Morkanaut, the blue one. Blue one. 3s to hit it. Hit it a lot. Strength 20. It's still 3s to wound it though.
Still 3s.
Yeah. You got 5-up saves against that.
It's only AP that I failed all.
Okay. Right. So it is 5d6 plus 12 damage.
So I'm on 12 or 13 or something wounds remaining. I think it might be
20
dead.
plus damage and it's gone. It's gone. Right. We're shooting your Warlord Stomper now.
Don't do that.
With the other gun. And this time we miss half of the shots. It's not good, is it?
No. 3's to wound again.
Yes. We wound all the times.
With cover, I can claim 4s. That's not very good.
You've got 1 CP left.
I don't. I spent it earlier on keeping the Death Dread alive.
Did you? 2d6 plus 4.
2d6 plus 4.
How many wounds have I got to get through? 16?
16. It's doable.
Is
boxcars.
That's not boxcars.
That's not boxcars.
Okay. That means your Warlord Stomper has 4 wounds remaining.
Yes, it does. 4 mighty wounds. All I need.
Time for the Paladin to charge. And we need a CP reroll that. And we make the charge. We're not going into the cans. I just remembered that you've got mechs inside that thing. There's still a lot of pain inside that thing. Meganobs. And so 4 wounds left.
Yep.
So we're going to tank shock.
Oh.
So it's going to come charging in and lunge its Reaper chainsword out and roll 4 5s.
Yes, it
and
is.
kill it with a lunge, a knightly lunge.
It'd be really, really funny.
Yes.
No.
No, it doesn't blow up. It just falls over backwards. And the second stomper's gone at the end of the combat.
Pile in.
The paladin.
Pile
You can hear some chanting.
Pile in.
And you can hear that, and he ignores it because he doesn't speak grot.
Aww.
And that is the end of Knight's turn 3. You've got Tomato left.
I've got Tomato left.
You've got some killer cans, a Death Dread,
and another Death Dread.
Mega Knobs there, and another Death Dread, which is danger close to Fear the Darkness, as the Orcs continue their push. Turn 4. And at the end of the movement phase, we have Killer Cans pushing the Helvrin, a Death Dread who's made it all the way to the edge of the path. He can't believe he's got there.
He really can't.
And he wants to chop the Achilles heel off of the Reaver Titan. And then round here, we have Tomato and a lot of cans looking at a Paladin on 10 wounds remaining. And you need to put a Meganol back in because one died in the Hazardous, so he goes back in because that's what happens. Now, all things being equal, dice being dice, should be dead Paladin, should be dead Helrin. Don't know what the
should
Death
be
Dread...
dead Reaver. Absolutely.
No, the Reaver...
One Death Dread versus a Reaver.
I think you might have... Well, we're going to find out. But first, let's shoot some dagger. So everything here that I can see and is in range is firing at Fear the Darkness. Start with a couple of rockets, put some killer cans.
Push a button.
It's
lethal.
Which
That's very good.
Yeah.
Right, now their datasheet ability is 6s. That's add 1 to the number of shots.
So 2d3 plus 2?
Yep.
That's
So
maximum effort. So 7 shots, forced to hit.
6s are lethal.
No lethals.
Ooh, 5s to wound.
Yes.
2 wounds, AP2.
And I'm good. Next, the Death Dread.
Pushing the button, that is
Better
6s
AP.
better AP, which is kind of pointless.
Yeah.
So need 5s,
Yes.
2 hits, and then that's going to be 5s again. That's 1 wound with better AP. Invuln, please.
And no invuln.
D6.
That is
5.
5 damage. The custom Mega Blaster lands home. The Reaver Titan's on 19 wounds remaining, which puts it in a bracket.
Puts it in a bracket.
You know, like most units, when you get down to 1 or 2 wounds, you're in a bracket.
Yeah.
When that hits 20 wounds, which is more than a Land Raider, it puts it in the bracket.
Well, it looks like we got 19 to take care of, boys.
And then 19.
Now, it may be completely pointless.
Yes.
But I am going to flame it with the 2 Scorchers.
Okay.
From the Death Dread running up the gut.
Okay.
So, pushing the button,
Yes.
anything but 6, so any actual wounds here are decent AP, 2d6.
Okay.
1 at AP minus 3.
And I'm good.
Okay.
But you set it on fire a little bit.
I set it on fire a little bit.
That was a Death Dread. Now onto the triple rockets from the Killer Cans on the other flank.
Yep, into the Crusader. So
Yes.
detachment ability is better AP on 6s, and datasheet ability is +1 to their strength. Won't affect anything.
Okay.
So that's 3, 5, 7 shots. 4s,
Yes.
5s, 2 wounds.
One is a 4-up save, and the other one is a 5-up and bun. And that is 6 damage.
6 damage.
And that was into the Crusader, not the Titan, and it takes 4 more wounds. So the Crusader's on 10 left. Now we're across to Tomato, the Gorkanaut. Firing some, that's the button.
Sustained.
Firing the rockets.
2d3.
Yes. 4 shots.
Hitting on 4s because buffed by mech. 6s explode.
Nice.
5s to wound. Nada.
And then a lot of only infantry fire. When the shots went quiet, the Paladin is now on 8 wounds remaining.
Yep.
And now we come down to the mechs. And you've got your Warlord with
My
his
Warlord.
teleport thing and a custom blaster thing. And,
Yep.
Okay.
Zolop is going to fire 3 shots with his custom Mega Blast, but first we need to see what button he's got today. He's got the lethal button.
Okay.
Very good. So
He hits all the times.
hits all the time.
Makes it on 4s, I think.
He doesn't.
He
Not
doesn't?
in Mega Armor, they don't.
Oh.
5s to wound. That is AP minus 2.
That is a failed save.
That's D6 damage
That's
for 5.
damage. And that is 4 wounds. It's on 4 wounds remaining.
Quickly check for Hazardous. He's fine. And now we have 3 shots with the custom, with the teleport blaster.
Yes.
So that was lethal for the button.
Right.
And then AP1.
I make the save. And then the Orcs stop shooting and charge. Do they stop shooting and charge? I think they keep shooting
It's all
and charge.
simultaneous.
Yes. And the Paladin on 4 wounds is surrounded. The Helverin on 7 wounds is hit by some killer cans. Crusader on 10. Fear the Darkness on 19, I think. And this is a 6-inch charge from the Death Dread. Round 2. Can he get in there?
If he doesn't drop any dice.
Yes. And that's
no!
A 4.
Have I got a CP?
You
I
do.
I was going to save it for extra damage nonsense. Instead, I use it to get in.
This Death Dread is having the battle of his life. Look at him.
Yeah.
Trying to climb all the way up that Reaver Titan there. That is an Orc in his happy place.
Yeah.
Now, I've only got 1 CP. Can't pay to interrupt. So we'll get back to the Orc in his happy place in a minute. We're starting with Killer Cans, trying to take down a Helverin.
Yes.
Are we button pushing?
We are button pushing.
Okay.
That is lethal.
Lethal hits, right.
So, 9 attacks. 6 is a lethal, 4's to hit.
Yes.
There's a lethal, and then these are going to be 5s. Yes. 1 lethal hit, AP minus
What's
2.
their strength in close combat?
8.
Yeah. I failed to save.
3 damage.
3 damage. It's on 4 wounds left. And even though I can interrupt, we did the fights back with the Helverin, kicking out with its chicken legs. Didn't do any wounds against the Killer Cans. Now we're coming over here. Who wants the pleasure of taking down a Paladin on 4 wounds?
It's on 4 wounds.
Yes.
Let's see if my war boss, Zolot, can do it himself.
Nice. Okay.
He's got a button on his claw he's going to be pushing.
Okay.
4 lethal hits.
Which is the good one.
Yes, it is.
3 hit with his big claw. And
1 wound.
1 wound. 1 failed save.
2 damage.
He's not going to take it down. He is going to put it down to 1 wound remaining. And then the Meganobs can do Meganob things.
2 of them have got claws.
Okay.
1 of them hits with them. Twin linked. 1 wound, AP 3, damage 2.
I'll make a save. Okay, so claws. That was the saws. This is the claws. These are 4s. That all rhymes all the times.
Ah! You're blowing up my brain.
There's some lethals.
And another wound.
3 wounds. These are 6s. Those aren't 6s.
5s.
5s?
Minus 2.
Okay, so what you're telling me is if I roll 2 6s, he's alive.
If you roll 2 6s, I will scream.
I roll 1 6.
Now don't roll a 6.
Your Warlord and his Meganobs take down the Paladin.
Hey!
Which is the last thing you wanted. I'd rather have died to Tomato because that means they're inside the machine ripping the pilot out.
Yep.
That is going to be scrap very soon. Kaboom?
No boom.
No boom. Finally, we have an ankle biter, Death Dread versus Titan.
We're pushing a button.
Yes.
Which is lethal hits. Very funny.
Okay.
There's a lethal.
Okay.
And 3 hits. We're gonna need... Ooh, the strength today is 12.
Toughness 14.
5. That's 3 wounds, AP 2, damage 3.
4 up saves. That is 6 damage.
3. Oh, yeah, 3 at a time.
So Fear the Darkness is on 13 wounds remaining. And then it will stomp back again. It is, 13. And its feet are damage 4.
Damage 4 feet.
It is a Titan. It's very heavy. But it normally hits on 4s in close combat because it's a Titan. And now it's going to hit on 5s. Because its ankle is a bit weak after getting bitten a bit. So 5s to stomp on your thing. I stomp on it twice.
Twice.
Strength. It's 12. It's a Titan.
Cool. You need 3s.
I get 1 3. AP minus 2, 4 damage.
So 1 4 up.
Yes.
And he lives.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be funny?
That's hilarious. Yeah. I imagine his claw is stunk in there and he's trying to shake it off. Like, get off my leg. And he can't shake it off the leg.
You can take the claw off if you want.
Yes. Fortunately, it is a god machine. It can fall back, shoot and charge.
Fall back where?
It can take a step. That's the end of Orcs turn 4. I'm down to not a lot left. Yeah. So Fear the Darkness took a step back.
Coward.
Tactically positioned to the edge of the battle grid. The Crusader staying still for the sustained. The Helverin can't do anything. He's kind of locked up in combat. Yeah, so we'll start with the Helverin.
Winters.
Yes.
If he's staying still for sustained, is he shooting at them?
No, probably be shooting this way.
Good, because his big gun's got blast. You can't shoot.
We're going to shoot this way. But the Helverin will shoot them.
Yep.
Straight in the face. I have a melter, which hits and wounds. AP -4, no save.
6 up invuln, actually.
Do you?
Which fails.
Fails, and that was 3 damage.
Which is
D6,
enough to
that's
kill one.
enough to kill one.
Do it blow up? It do not blow up.
It do not blow up. That's 1 dead. Here is Armor auto cannons. We were told to hit better by the Crusader.
Range 12.
3 4-up saves. And that's another 1 dead. Which leaves the Crusader free to fire. So the Burk gun will go into the last killer can. And then all the stuff with the blasts. Can't see tomato. So we're firing at killer cans over here as well. Love to be shooting at more things than killer cans, but they're the only things I can see. So this is the Burk gun. 6s are sustained. But I need 4s to wound. And that last killer can with the armor needs to make 10 5-up saves. And I managed to break it out of combat. And now the explodey guns, blasty guns, only thing we can see is killer cans down here. So firing all the shots into killer cans down here. Missiles. Let's do a reroll. Need 3 to wound with a reroll. That'll be 2 4-up saves because you've got a bit of cover. New. First shot does 6 damage. Second shot does... That's the dead killer cans.
One of which blows up.
So the grot influence is gone. We got rid of all the grots. The rapid fire battle cannon would have thumped into their twitching corpses as well. And now we're on to Fear the Darkness. I hate to do this, but the Apocalypse Lit missile launcher is only AP -1, and that will get a 3-up save.
Yeah.
And your command point reroll
So do it.
So we're not going to fire the Apocalypse missile launcher at it. Plus also in Heresy, the Apocalypse missile launcher has a rule, which means it can't shoot at stuff that's really close because it's carapace mounted, and how does it shoot down there? And my narrative mind is saying I can't shoot down there. What can shoot down there, though, is a really big gun.
Only one?
So 1 big gun.
Only one?
Only 1 will be enough.
So you're splitting fire?
And yes, it always works. The other really big gun can hit tomato through the gap.
Yep.
And then the Apocalypse missile launcher can hit this Death Dread down here.
All right.
Okay, so let's do the Apocalypse missile launcher into Death Dread number of shots.
14.
But we're going to need 4s to hit it because it's a bit unsteady on its feet right now. And 5s to wound that Death Dread. They're 3-up saves. That Death Dread's alive. Right, what about the Death Dread right in front?
It's going to live.
The one that nibbled at my ankle
Obviously
biter.
It's going to live.
He's got a new name, you know, now. Ankle biter.
Nom nom nom.
4s. It's fine. It's strength 20. This will wound it. It'll wound it. It wounds it. It wounds it. -3.
5 up.
5 up on the Death Dread.
I've got a CP. I don't need it.
Came charging in. He shook it off his trouser leg. He's like, took a step back, shot down. It's dancing around its feet. It's a miracle orc. It's definitely earning himself a new name.
Ankle biter.
And here is 8 shots now coming into Tomato. 4s. See, that's better. That's better. Tomato's going to get it. Strength 20. 3s to wound. 3 wounds. So if your -3 becomes -2. 3, 4, 5-up saves.
Well, fail those.
Yeah, okay. 4d6 adding 8 to this.
Nah.
20 wounds to get through.
Nah.
I think it's dead.
Might be.
It's gone. It's gone. All the engines are dead, except for this Death Dread and this Death Dread. I'm going to charge it. Let's charge
You
it.
fell back.
You can fall back, shoot, and charge.
You really?
God Engine or something like that, or Striding Colossus. One of those rules. He's going to come forward.
You're going to charge to hit on 5s.
Punt it for a field goal. This is going to work. Right, he strides forward. We're going to kick it into the end zone. Are you ready for these 5s? I hit twice.
Twice. Better than last time.
Strength 12.
Oh.
Wound twice.
AP.
-2. 4 damage a time.
2 4-ups.
Yes.
Be really funny. It
No!
would be really funny.
No! Ankle biter latches on again.
Let's push a button.
Okay.
Better AP.
Which helps.
Yeah.
Hits 4 times.
4 times.
Wounds once.
Once. AP 2. 1 4-up.
No, because you got better AP.
No, I get a better AP on 6. This is like old rending.
And we're good. We're good.
Truly, two equal components.
What?
Opponents. That one.
So at the end of Orcs turn 5 movement phase, Anklebite is still biting away. Over here, the Meganorms did a big advance, and so did your mech, keeping up with that Death Dread, which didn't advance and has got some nasty guns, and is looking at Fear the Darkness on 13 wounds remaining.
You say some nasty guns. Yeah. It's got one gun, which is going to be... It will be hitting on 4s, but first let's see what it gets. It's got lethal.
Okay.
So 4s, 6s are lethal.
Yes.
There's a lethal.
Yes.
It needs a 5 to wound. That's 1 wound, AP minus 2.
This is the D6 damage one, isn't it?
This is the D6 damage.
I make the save.
Absolutely. And just check hazardous. I'm fine.
You're good. And then Anklebite's got a couple of flamers. You can set fire to the... ankle again.
Be real funny.
Yeah, last time we only got snake eyes. This time...
first off, completely useless on the button push for lethal hits. 8 shots.
8. He's pumping the handle on the flamer this time. Needs 6s to wound.
Gets 1.
There's a wound. And there's a save. That's the end of the shooting phase, and this Death Dread here wants to get in and join his brother. You're just under 12 inches. So it's an 11-inch charge. And that's Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
So the Dreadnought, not the Dreadnought, I called you a Dreadnought. The Titan gets to stomp on your Death Dread, which is definitely not a Dreadnought, one more time. Defenders fight first. Stomping away on 5s.
Oh, no.
3 hits this time.
It's increasing every time.
1 wound.
That's really
cocked. Anklebite is still alive.
He's still alive. I'm spending a CP.
On what now?
It's called Bigger Shells. Oh no, wait, that
1 minute. What's the strat called?
Clanking Claws.
Clanking Claws.
Gets me to strength 14, so I'll be wounding on 4s, and damage 4 if I go hazardous, which of course I will.
You're going to go hazardous.
I'm going to go hazardous.
Right.
Right, let's see what I've got on the button. Today it's lethal. So 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
Yes.
That is not so good hitting. I have got a spare CP.
Okay.
That's going into the reroll.
Doesn't help.
Nope. Needs 4s. 2 wounds. AP minus 2. Damage 4.
I got this.
You got this.
I got this.
I've got
one of them. And of course, Anklebiter passes his hazardous check, and my Reaver Titan's on 9 wounds remaining. So we're going to turn 5. And here we are, after my movement phase. We've been here before. Shoot 1 big gun into that. 1 big gun into that. Apocalypse missile launcher into all the Meganorms. And then, if anything's left alive, unleash the Knights. Here's the Apocalypse missile launcher, adding 1 to this for blast. And we're going to hit your Meganorms with your Warlord in it. On 4s. Strength 7. 3s to wound. 7, 3 up saves. 2 damage a time.
1, 2,
2
3, 4.
Zolobin and his unit takes some fire. He loses a couple of his pals. Here's 8 shots coming into this uninjured Death Dread. No, there's 6 dice. From the laser blaster. 4s to hit it. I mean, this should take down this thing. It's strength 20. Strength 20. 2 wounds. Minus 3.
2 5-ups. Pass 1, fail 1.
Right, D6 plus 2. I need a 6.
You need a 6. That's not a 6.
So now anti-Titan weaponry into Anklebiter. Surely this is his time. 4s. I hit 3 times. Strength 20.
2's to wound.
I wound all the times.
Okay.
This is his time. He can't roll 3 5s.
I can try. I can fail. Yep.
And he takes 12 damage.
Yep. Does he explode? Be real good. Oh.
No. A hero has fallen. The Orks will sing songs about this day and then stitch his head back on. Maybe to his own body if they manage to find that too. And now let's fire everything from the Knights down into the remaining Dread Mob. After firing all the guns in, when the dust settles, there's 3 Meganobs, your Warlord, and a mech. And that's the end of turn 5. And someone got wrapped up in the fighting, and it wasn't the Orks because...
It was also the Orks.
Well, did you get wrapped up in the fighting?
Anklebiter survived how many hits? Only the power of Gork and Mork could provide that.
He might be a new war boss, you know.
He was already a war boss. It's why he's in the can.
Yeah. So you got wrapped up in the fighting. I got wrapped up in the fighting because, look, I'm more than 3 inches away from that objective. So no one scores the objective.
No one.
Your primary goal was to kill the Titans, which you didn't do. Secondary goal, if the Titans were still standing, was score the objective.
Yep.
So it's a draw. It's 0 points each. And this is the way the Hive City ends. We failed to defend the pass. There's gaps in the thing. They're spilling over the rocks right and left. Storm boys are flying overhead. And this was the first wave of the Orks. And down here in the remainder of the valley, there's another wire. And another 10 million Orks are pouring in. Yep, you didn't lose. I didn't lose.
Yep.
We both won.
So it's not the way the world ends.
No.
It's the way the world continues.
Yeah.
An endless war. God, it's almost like the future is grim and dark.
Can I just say?
Yes.
Thank you very much for not shooting all the guns at the Titan all the time.
Thank you very much. Part of that was 24-inch range.
Right, okay. But I thought you were going gentle on me here or there.
I brought 2 stompers. That's technically going gentle anyway. They're 800 points each. That's 1,600 points for 30 wounds.
Yeah.
It's just...
1,600 points for 60 wounds in total. And this is 2,200 points for 60 wounds in total. It's too overcut. See, the thing is, you could hit it on 2s. And with bolt guns, you can wound it on 5s with Oath of Moment.
I miss the old Void Shield actually being a Void Shield where it's got 10 wounds you need to pop and then you can hurt the thing itself.
Well... Void Shields, it was made for 7th edition, so it's got 4 shields there. The Warlord, you can see it's got 8 on the array. The Warhound, you can see it's got 2 on the array. And they count as armor 12. And what you got to do is crack through the shields first, and then you can start hitting the armor.
And then they reignite.
On a 5, you can reignite them up again, and then the shields flicker back on and flicker back off. They're not appropriately pointed or costed for 40k, but boy, are they a lot of fun.
No, but we've proven today you can have fun if you bring them and you strip it down to bare essentials and just charge up the table. Yeah,
and also if you decide, as you said off camera actually, you didn't want to... If you shot it and destroyed it straight away, where's the fun in that? We wanted to have a game. We wanted to see what it does.
And I'm very glad it survived to the end. And I'm very glad I didn't kill it with a Death Dread, because that saves my wallet needing to get one and kit bash it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you'd have taken it down, then that's a whole new project for you.
Oh, yes.
And that's a lot of money. We had some epic moments. Oh. You have a new name character, Anklebiter. We had a double explosion over there with stompers and things.
Yeah.
And your Warlord survives.
He did, and he's got a teleporter blaster.
Yes.
So what he's going to do is he's going to turn it on his unit and get out of there.
Which is why no one loses, no one wins this day. The Hive City is still under threat.
Yeah.
And Fear the Darkness is going to have to spend the next week in intensive care on the drip with some tea and biscuits, heal back up, and then get sent out with a foundry one more time. Massive shout out to Smiling Badger for coming all the way down and for all the subs and members and things. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to check out the Elvesbury Under Hive on the Facebook. If you're in that area, there'll be a link in the video description below or in the comment section. There'll be a link somewhere down there probably. Happy wargaming.